Hey salty peeps, so this is the current state of this plant space, okay? This plant wall of Pamness. There's, you know, a couple things happening. It's not all that bad, but there is a bit of wintry plant neglect. For example, my favorite, my oldie, my love, my Dieffenbachia. As you can see right here, there's a couple of yellowing happening on both of the different, you know, stalks. So this is the smaller one. You have some yellowing happening over here. And when I get to the larger one, back there, okay, if I do a little just moving up, past this syngonium, you can see I have about 3 back-to-back yellowing leaves. So I have this one here, I have this one, and I have this one. So I need to just cut these and water some other plants down here. So down here, I did not even realize because it's seriously so tucked in. It's a little forest, it's a little bush, but there's some yellowing going on down here as well. Big sigh. So these I've gone ahead and watered the last day or so, well, over the weekend to be more specific. So I watered my philodendron burley marks on my Vanessa's trellis. I have to actually clip them up. I had to remove it off of the trellis in order to, oops, I just kicked some over here. I had to remove the plant off of the trellis because I needed to water and seriously soak this plant in here. It's a little bit hard with the type of plant stand that I have attached to this stand. Well, the type of plant I have attached to this stand, because mine actually has feet, so it's a little bit hard for me to water in here because this thing, it needs to soak and yada yada yada. So I unhooked it and I have to clip them back. So I'll do that another day, not today though. Well, next I have behind Vanessa's trellis, I have an array of different plants. I watered this beautiful syngonium. No, I'm sorry, not syngonium. This is my jade. My jade. What is this one called? My Scindapsus jade, okay? I just popped off its yellow leaf, but this plant is such a beauty when I tell you, honestly. This plant is so beautiful. I'll show y'all later if I remember. But honestly, the plant that's been more neglected than I realize is Hannah, my philodendron. What am I talking about? My Monstera Albo Hannah. Y'all, it's late. I'm so tired, but I want to just get some of this done tonight. Hannah, I guess I wasn't watering her enough. You can see she's a little limp. Okay, her foliage, you can see she's super dehydrated. And when I go down the pole I gave her, you can see some yellowing happening down here. So it dried so much, it crisped up. So, you know, a little weak, but we're gonna water her. And next to Hannah, I have my regular old philodendron. Why do I keep saying philodendron? My Monstera, and I just popped off the yellow leaf. That I don't even know how shaky I was just now. And again, Hannah has one of her yellow leaves right here. Let's move this plant out of the way. Hannah has another yellow leaf which we're gonna cut off. So let's go ahead and just do that. This is honestly one of those reasons why they say, you know, don't kill house spiders, because they will get all these pests and bugs that you really don't even notice. So I've had an ant problem for a couple of years now, and when I say ant problem, it's not like I have a huge ant issue. I just have 1 to 3 large ants that just live in my home, and I do my best to literally not kill them, but I try to like throw them away, like throw them out my window. So I guess one of the spiders caught this ant. Okay, I don't know if it's this spider right here, okay, this little one that the ant got caught in its web, but I'm so happy because these types of ants have been really annoying. And yeah, so we got to clean this up anyway. So sorry, Mr. Spider, I really appreciate all the hard work that you've done for us, but we, you know, got to clean up. So back to our regularly scheduled programming. Okay, so to the side I am right now. I don't know if y'all can really see me. It's not really about me, it's about the plants. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just trim off the yellow-winged parts of my Monstera of henna. And I like this type of shears also. So I have 3 types in my collection. And that's looking like all of the yellow parts of my Monstera. So I'm gonna move up to my Dieffenbachia now. But before I move up, since I'm down here, I'm just gonna stay one down here. I have some water and fertilizer. Even though it's winter, I'm doing a light fertilization of my plants. So I still use my favorite fertilizer from Liquid Dirt. Again, you can always use my code, I'll put it down here, to receive a discount. And of course, if you use the code, I do receive a percentage, okay? So yeah. I don't know why that clip previous was so orange, but I had to redo whatever I had to do. But anyways, I have the remainder of my fertilized water. It sounds like it's a human or you know, a species that reproduces a fertilized water. We now fertilize a Monstera in order for it to continue to produce what we one day call fruit. Right, I hope y'all can see. Nice little pour of water. Oh! So fast. And tucked away far, far behind here, I also have this moonlight syngonium that is also a bit neglected with some spider webs. So let's pick the yellows off of this plant as well. There's 2 individual vines in here, one that has completely dried off. Thank you for your time within this collection, but you know, she could probably get a little bit more TLC. But for now I'm just gonna tuck it back to where it was after I give it some watering. When I tell you I love this turkey baster, or this baster in general for my plants, it is a little hack, a little trick that I believe not many people know about, if any people know about, that I use in my collection. And I recommend to everyone. Go to the dollar store, go to the discount store, go to the grocery store, get you one for $1 or a couple dollars, and make your life so much easier. I'm gonna give this a quick wipe down from the water that just dripped a little faster than I could get. A little baster. Okay. My Monstera leaf acted like it's a little plate. Help me gather all of my trash. And I'm gonna put everything else back because I did water the other plants throughout this week. I'm just gonna top. Oh, don't fall. These might be so intertwined. Ooh, I almost knocked 3 down trying to pull one. Give this one just a little extra water. This is a plant that lives in moss fully. It's a mix of my philodendron burley marks and a global green pothos. Let's tuck it back here. And it lives next to my philodendron 696 blah 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 blah, you know, long name. And on top, there's Syngonium Albo that also lives in moss. With water. Okay. Got my trash. I got my trash, y'all. I'm feeling good. Alright, last part of this choresy night situation is to chop off these Dieffenbachia yellowing bits. Gone one. And this honestly just occurred because of underwatering during the season, but I'm back on it. just a little down here. I have the ZZ with a couple of yellowing branches, so, well, stalks, whatever you want to call them. Let's get rid of those. And this big one. Watching this playback is a little trippy because I feel like I'm low-key sliding. The image is not adjusting to my eyes. I do apologize. So overall, this was not all that bad. You know, these are larger plants, so the leaves are larger, but not bad for the amount of foliage I've lost. A little sad, yes, in regards to the Dieffenbachia. Oh, I forgot one more leaf. Make it one bit sadder. Womp, 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 womp. And I just poked myself. Ow. Okay. So yeah. One leaf sadder, but that's okay. The great thing with plants is that they do continue to grow. But yeah, salty peeps, so this is all for what I'm going to do for tonight. I just wanted to cut these. I've watered them. They're happier. They're growing, pushing out new leaves, new growth points. Even the Dieffenbachia, even though I've cut 3 leaves off, I have this brand new leaf right here that y'all can't see. This is a brand new leaf that just opens up. And there's a new growth point also at the larger leaf top. I'm crazy, but I've been collecting just all the dead foliage the last few months. So I think I'm going to bring it to the composting in my area. So this is the new leaf I was talking about, and this is on the smaller plant. So glossy, so baby, and as you can see, this one is literally touching the ceiling, and that new growth point is going to definitely be touching the ceiling. So I am gonna have to cut this plant. I'm gonna have to cut this plant eventually. Like this year, I have to cut it. This plant is way too big. It's way too large for this space now. I'm gonna have to cut it back the same way I cut it back once, okay? That it gave me a second new growth. So now I'm gonna have to also cut this new growth point. So I'm gonna have 2 of these be shorter, and the leafless, you know, cane part, I'm going to root, and we're gonna have a larger plant. I'm gonna make a second plant, but that will come more towards the spring. Keep an eye out. But my other Albo is doing really good. Really good. This is one of the newer leaves. Not fenestrated, but that's okay. Beautiful coloring. I mean, the marbling on this plant is goals. Okay? Goals. My only fenestrated leaf did get a little brown, but it's alright. It's okay.